Good evening, guys. This is Enrique Dent with Dent Tires and Dent Parts, coming to you from Lithia Springs, Georgia. Now, I'm sitting in my office, and I was thinking about, all the things that's transpired since we got into the office. I know a lot of people been sending out the videos where we got the 20,000 square foot warehouse, and, we got a nice office space. And I did the video where we were walking around and people kind of seeing what we're doing. Recently, they did a whole write-up. Let me see, I have this magazine. I don't know if you guys can see this. They did this whole write-up and the Douglasville Living magazine. So they did a little spotlight for us, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing, as we go on this journey and trying our best to kind of figure it out. We of course you have your business plans, and we have our boards that we outline direction for the company, but there's nothing really truly to prepare you for a growing business, especially a business like ours, which is a little unorthodox. So let me kind of walk you around a little bit. Hold on a second. Show you what has changed since last time. I don't know if you can see this, but now we have of course, like I said, we got vision boards. But let me show you some of this stuff. Hold on a second. We got the conference rooms. So we have that. We have, of course, we have all our boards and all of that. So I'm gonna show you guys my junky office. So we have my office and my desk, Mrs. Dent's desk. So as you see, got the cubicles up now, so you can see our cubicles, and actually the signs on the wall with all our plaques. And so I just want to give you guys an update of where we at. Let me go into the kitchen. So we got the kitchen. Let me show you this right here. So Miss Dent, as you see, these decorative red chairs. Don't pay mind to my little lunch right here. This is my little lunch bag. But I'm going to Mr. Jock's office. We just received some parts here. So if you see those parts, we got parts on the table. And this is Jock Cleveland's office. That's Mr. Jock's office right here. But this is the infamous. Let me go outside real quick. The infamous sign on the building. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the infamous sign on the building right here that we've been raving about. So that sign, we're very proud of it. And we even got this little bitty sign. Let me show you this. Hold 1 second. This sign kind of reflects our will call. But guys, I just like to take people on a journey so they can kind of see our growth. We're trying to build it. It's a process. Nobody said it would be easy, but it is a process. So I'm gonna take you in the back here. See, this is just the office. This is about 2,000 square feet of office space. But let me go into the warehouse and let you see. It's getting, we got a little bit more back here. So this is my custom built counters, and a little, the custom counters and a little inventory here. So that just came in, just a little bit of inventory. So you guys get to see a behind the scene look at all of that. All our special little light displays. And, I love these little things like this. A lot of our vendors are bringing us little trinkets and toys. And, we're still trying to load up the shelves. And, we got a couple pallets coming in. And we still got things on the shelf that need to be put up. And so, as you see, our shelves are slowly getting, filled. Got pallets of straps. And, oh yeah, let me show you this new section that we got. We got these this chrome. We just got these chrome pieces. And so we just put this section in here of chrome. So, all the guys that like chrome on the rims. And so, got a lot of chrome. But then we still got, of course, we got things like coolant. We got that. So we got a little coolant. You see, we got coolant. We got oil. Pallets and pallets of oil everywhere. So, and let's go over here to some, let me see, seals, reservoirs, straps, tie downs, lower control arms, boxes of brake shoes, a lot of brake shoes. couple of pallets here, a couple of pallets there, brake shoes, a couple of pallets over here. So, guys, but of course we got the forklifts, the golf carts, and all that stuff. Let me walk back up front to the office. But I wanted to give you guys an update to say that we're building out Dent parts. Of course, we got Dent Tires. We're trying our best to, build the company up. And it's been a process. When you're moving, it's definitely not easy to move. Definitely not easy. So let me go and sit. Maybe I'll sit. Well, I guess I'll go and sit right here. It's definitely not easy when you're moving and when you're trying your best to scale a business, especially a business like ours. It's kind of unorthodox. There's really no. People always ask me about the game plan. They always say, Mr. Dent, what's the game plan? What's the game plan? I said, well, of course I got my business plan. I have all that stuff, but it's a little more to it. It's a little bit more detail when you're trying to scale a business like this, especially when you start unorthodox like us. You started a wholesale tire company with $300 worth of cryptocurrency from a meme coin to a business like this, to your scale like this. I think we've had, 5 locations now, and very limited funding, but we just have to build it brick by brick, sale by sale, relationship by relationship. I get a lot of calls from people asking what can they do to get mentorship. So we do offer mentorship, and just email us and we'll see what we can work out. We have people that want to know about accounting. They want to know about purchasing. They just want to know a different aspect on what it takes to build a 7-figure business, build a tire company, build a parts company, build a forklift company, and a golf cart company. Like I revealed to my business coach, I said, you do know we did not plan to actually, let me put this right here so, my hands can be free. I said, you do know we did not plan to start this company. That was not a thing that we were trying to do. We were not trying to start a company. Actually, we just thought we were going to be selling just a few tires, like a side hustle to supplement our income. And the transition from a worker to an entrepreneur, it takes a different mindset. People are always asking me and Mrs. Dent, what does it take to make that transition? And I would have to say God, because unbeknownst to us, God's plan and our plan is a different plan. So I'm gonna go as far as to say we were not even prepared. We were not even prepared to become entrepreneurs. I mean, we've been entrepreneurs in the past, I have. And of course, Mrs. Dent has all the degrees in academia and Lean Six Sigma, yellow belt, green belts. She's good in accounting, bookkeeping, risk management. I have none of those skill sets. So I'll be the first to tell you I don't have that. But what I do have is sales experience. I can sell a lot. I have managerial experience. I have people experience and relationship experience. So with that, those two areas together combined create a dynamic company. Now, you want to know what it takes to put it all together. It takes planning, hard work, late nights. People always see the end result, which is this. They see the 20,000 square foot warehouse and the office space, and it's nice and it's luxurious. They see all that. But they don't know when we started in the container. They don't remember. They don't see the days where we just had a $200 container, putting tires in the container in the early days. We were putting tires in the back of Mrs. Dent Pilot. Though that struggle, that part of the story, a lot of people don't really know that part of the story. Let me stop this right here. They don't really know that part of the story. They don't see from the first location we had 800 square feet, then 1,000, then 2,000, then 4,000, then 5,000, then the constant moving, growing, elevating, looking for customers. So when you ask me what does it takes a little bit of everything. It really does take a little bit of everything. It takes a lot of prayer, because you don't have a guarantee. There's no guarantee when it comes to your income. There's no guarantee when it comes to sales. You just have to put together a plan, get out here, and figure out who your target audience is, and you have to start selling. You have to look as professional as possible. So I'm gonna say this right here. Where we at in the process, we're still. Some people would say we've scaled to the full capacity that we can be at this point. And by all right, we have scaled. We have 18 tire distributors, 2 factories, 100 parts distributors. So we have scaled. So we can't scale it any further at this level. A lot of people have come to us and they want to partner with us, so we have some official partnerships in place, but it's still a struggle. Even at this level, every level you get to, there's going to be a struggle. There's going to be a shift in mindset. There's also going to be a shift in the person you have to be in order to grow into the next level. See, the Enrique Dent that I am today, the Jocelyn Dent that she is today, is not the same ones that started Dent Tires in 2018. Different mindset, different people. You have to change. You have to be a different person. You have to become a different person. Some of the new social circles that we're in, some of the new places that we're invited to, these people think differently. They're a little bit strategic, a little bit more strategic. They have processes in place. They have learned about credit, lending, good debt, bad debt, assets, EBITDA, things like that, taxes. You start learning more and more, especially if you surround yourself with the right people. So me and Mrs. Dent, we constantly talk. We get away, we go to hotels, and we just talk about the business, the structure of the business, the direction of the business. We get with our operations manager, Mr. Job. We get with our mechanics, and we just kind of all talk about the direction, and where we're going with the company and what's the next phase. But when you ask what will it take and can because I have a lot of people ask, can we mentor them? Sure we can, but I'm gonna be honest, it takes time and a shift in mindset. And it doesn't take a lot of money, but it will take some money. And you gotta change the way that you're thinking about business, the way you're thinking about life, the way you think about people. Because I meet entrepreneurs and they still have a street mentality. And I say, well, where are you trying to go with your business? What's your end goal? What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to be? What are you trying to retire from this? Are you trying to sell the company? So you gotta have an end goal. You gotta kind of start with the end in sight first. You gotta figure out, where do you want to end up at? Is this something you want to build and pass to your kids, or build it and sell it to a venture capitalist, some type of fund group? What are you trying to do with this? Are you just trying to supplement your income? Is this a hobby for you? What is this to you? But if you can start to answer some of those questions, we can kind of work backwards from that. But you got to start with the end in sight. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it with that. Keep God first, stay healthy, learn to work smart, not hard, because that's kind of a shift that we've done. A lot of people have been calling me for wholesale. We still do wholesale, but we're transitioning into retail. Going online a lot more. You see a lot of social media, a lot of viral posts, and so a lot of people are just starting to discover us. Now it's been 7 years, and people are just discovering us like it's the first day. So it takes time. Growth takes time. Being discovered takes time, and you got to build trust in community. We just joined the Douglas County Chamber of Commerce, so we're networking with other businesses. So all that makes a difference. It's who knows you and who you know. And reputation. People have to trust your business, trust your brand, trust you. So, our son works with us. He's a senior in college, and, going out there to, he's going to be a welder and start dent welding. So, we're making this a generational business. It's not just my business. So people see Enrique Dent and say, oh, it's Mr. Dent's business. No, it's a family business. We are family owned, family operated. Remember that. We are family owned, family operated, and integrity is at the forefront of what we do. We want people to come to Dent Tires and Dent Parts, feel comfortable getting your semi tires, your car tires, your truck tires, getting service, brakes, oil, seals, AC work. So it's not just semi tires, it's not just car tire, it is service and it's parts. You see, we have a parts store. So you can come here, browse around, see if there's a part that you like, that you need. Coming here is like coming to like a Napa or AutoZone. Get your tires installed. So I would say give us a call. And I'm going to leave links below in the description, so you can email us. If you have questions, or if you would like to invite us out to speak, or want to book us for an event, because a lot of times people want us to speak. We do that too. We travel and we speak at different events with other entrepreneurs, and because everybody's intrigued. They say, how do you start a company with $300? A whole company, and then you scale it up to a 7-figure business? How does that happen? And then you win award after award for Minority Business of the Year, or Entrepreneur of the Year. And we've been winning for a while. And that's only by the grace of God. I take no credit in it now. Because I'm going to be honest, the highest I've ever got in my working career was a regional manager. Now I've been in management a long time, but I've taken some of those skills and applied it to this business. But I cannot take any credit for what has happened. This Dent Tires has turned into a movement for us. We get, you put up a post, you get 2, 3, 400,000 views on posts, thousands of 15,000 likes. That I could not have asked for. There's no juicing the numbers, paying for the numbers. It's literally just people that I guess like what we're doing, see what we're doing, see that me and Mrs. Dent have been together 20 years, been married almost 20 years, have a son, a family. So we're a family-owned business, and they trust us. So I'm going to say this, if you need advice, like I said, reach out to us, call us. If you want to come by, please come by. We're at 1701 Westford Drive, Suite 109, Lithia Springs, Georgia, 30122. Not that far from Six Flags of Georgia, off Thornton Road. We're literally 1.5 miles from the exit, so we're not that far from Alabama, but we're still in Atlanta. But if you know where Six Flags is located, then you know where we're located. So guys, this is Enrique Dent, Jocelyn Dent, Jock Cleveland, our operations part manager. Please come to Dent Tires, Dent Parts, and we would love to have your business. Thank you. I'll talk to you later.